Welcome to the Bioptimizers Awesome Health Podcast. And now here's your host, Wade T. Lightheart.
What if you could double your energy naturally without caffeine or stimulants in just 3 short months? It's not only possible, you can transform every aspect of your health if you follow the 12-week blueprint we've created for you in the Awesome Health System. The Awesome Health System is a free course where you receive a daily video lesson spanning the most cutting-edge secrets for air, water, exercise, sunshine, optimizers, mindset, and education. It's something most companies would charge hundreds of dollars for, yet you get it for free when you go to bioptimizers.com. To access your course, register to download the PDF report called 3 Phases of Bioptimization, which gets you access to the report and daily access to the first lesson in the 12-week, 84-day Awesome Health course.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It's Wade T. Lightheart from Bioptimizers with another edition of the Awesome Health Podcast. And today we're going to talk about a subject that is often overlooked, and that is self-care for men, how to make men look and feel amazing. Now, of course, this is a topic that's been well known with females, but not so popular with men or understood or even shared about, talked about. But today we have Mr. Kelley Thornton, who left a successful industry. And it was very interesting. He was in corporate America for 20 years, and he decided that he was going to go into this industry. And it was pretty interesting. So he brought a creative approach to captivating consumers during the last 7 seconds on their path to purchase. So that's what's part of his experience at Purchase Point. Now, he found that the rapidly growing men's care industry inspiring. So he stepped away in 2016, founded his own company, and he's been running this for the last 6 years. And we're going to talk about this company and how it evolved in skincare for men, how to look and feel amazing. So Kelley, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Wade. I'm really excited to talk about why it's important for guys to take care of themselves.
Yeah, so I'm a great candidate to get into this exploration because I can remember about 10 years ago, I had a friend of mine who was, she was in skincare for women. And I remember her talking to me one day. She's like, well, Wade, your skin's really dry. And I was like, how do you know my skin's dry? It's like, you might have been talking another language to me. And I didn't pay much attention to her. And I was like, whatever. And she was like, yeah, I got this. And then I had a number of girlfriends, and they would talk about skincare and stuff. And it just always went over my head. I was like, whatever. And then as I started getting into my 50s, I started to notice, geez, like I have one friend who was in the pharmaceutical care industry and got into this, and his skin looks really good. And he's like, we're the same age. And I started to notice that his skin still looks good, and my skin doesn't look as good as his. And I thought, God, I know I don't have the good skin genes, but there must be something. And he has a self-care routine. So now we've taken upon myself to investigate what is a good skincare program for men, how to look good, feel amazing, how women respond to it. I think that's a big thing. A lot of men are just totally ignorant to it, and they get into it and they might feel a little weird, or am I being too metrosexual or whatever it is. So give us your background of what got you passionate about this and what allowed you to leave corporate America.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit about everything you just talked about, right? Guys traditionally, we've been pretty oblivious to why it's important to take care of our skin, but the significant others, the sisters, wives, girlfriends in our lives, have always known that it's important. And it does, if you have a healthy routine, just like if you work out regularly and you're consistent with it over time, you see great results. So women have known this for a long time. men have just been kind of, oblivious to the fact that these things are out there and that they're really helpful. And, and so for me early on, my wife was saying the same thing, like your skin doesn't look so good. Your skin's really dry. And at the same time, I was doing a lot of research with Purchase Point on how men around the world were looking at this category. And I really came to the realization that here in the US and North America in general, not so much South America, that guys were pretty rudimentary with our skincare routines.
What do you think that is? Like, what is it about? Like, did we watch too many Marlboro videos?
Exactly.
Or like, what is it? Like, is Clint Eastwood had too much of an influence on us? Like, grizzled look. Because I always remember thinking, kind of that wrinkled up old guy I kind of admired in a weird way.
Maybe. I mean,
what is it that, and what culture would you say for men is maybe more advanced in their awareness of skin? So there's often cultural differences, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, certainly it's in my opinion, it's kind of an east to west phenomena. It really, it was really in Asia and Southeast Asia, and in the western part of Europe. There was really a huge trend over the last 15 years for guys to really start thinking about their skin. And to your point earlier, it is this cultural thing, right? Like my father never said anything to me about taking care of my skin. He showed me how to shave once, or actually twice. I came downstairs, I did a horrible job, and he took me back upstairs. That was my whole like skincare, education. So I think like, in other parts in the world, there's a little bit more emphasis on it's important to take care of yourself. And I think like, this kind of metrosexual thing is kind of, I think that's kind of run its course at this point. Maybe some, north of 50 guys, which I actually am one of, are thinking about that kind of stuff. Most everybody is like not, the under 35 millennial crowd, they're not, that concept doesn't really exist. And there's cultural changes that have happened where it's okay for a guy to take care of himself. It's okay for a guy to not, eat a hamburger every meal, those, it's like fine if you go to a restaurant and order a salad, no one's going to be thinking that you're less of a man. So I think like these cultural changes here, have taken a foothold, right? And so there is and then it's part of a broader topic. And this broader topic is this, what it means to take care of yourself, what it means to want to feel and be the best you can be, right? And those are cultural changes, and they've come about by a couple of different things. They've come about, how we think of ourselves culturally, how men think of themselves, but it's also come from reforms in healthcare and like and people being required to take a more active role in their healthcare, and and think about going to the doctors regularly, and these conversations that we've had here in America for the since back in 2008 when healthcare and Obamacare, and that was like a big part of the dialogue that went on here for a better part of 10 years, 15 years. So I think this is what's happened here, and so now men are more thinking about. They want to feel good about themselves. And that's really how I got into this.
Right. So I guess we're probably seeing pretty big growth trends in skincare for men. What are the reasons why men should consider taking better care of their skin? So maybe you have some.
Yeah. Well, look, I think it's the same reason why, why women have known about this forever, and we're just catching up, right? You want to, as an individual, you want to feel good about yourself, and you want to put your feet on the ground in the morning, and get ready and go to work and feel like, confident that you can kick ass at work, and you want to feel good about your chances to get the girl or get the date or get the job. And you want to feel good if you're in your 30s and you're standing up for your best man, in a wedding, you want to feel good about yourself, right? So skincare, I mean, you will have an immediate impact. Your skin will have an immediate impact you will notice significant changes in your skin if you start taking care of it. You start using, a high quality face wash, which is a really simple thing to do. And you'll see immediate results. So, these are the reasons why men are, realizing that this is an important thing. Women have known it for a long time. We're just catching up to them, right? And realizing that if we just take a couple simple steps, and I'm talking 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night, we can have a significant improvement in our skin, and we can look better. I mean, we can look better younger, at younger ages. Our skin will look better. We'll fight Mother Nature, and we'll look better over the long haul if we start taking care of our skin.
You bring up something I think that's really resonates with me, and that is a routine. Like, I've been working out since I was 15 years old, and I always suggest to people, anchor the routine first, and the results will come. Don't chase kind of, fly-by-night ideas or conceptual things or shortcuts. It really comes down to the sets and reps that you do day in, day out. In your opinion, what do you think are the essential components for good skincare from a habit standpoint? And then maybe we can break into the details, the more sophisticated aspects of what your company offers.
But by the way, Wade, I couldn't agree with you more. Anchor the routine. I love that concept. It's a very smart approach, I think, to anything in life. But washing your face and putting a moisturizer on it. That is the core, the essential part of a routine. And, things that your skin on your face is different from most every other place in your body. So you don't want to use any harsh chemicals. You want to you want to put something on your face that's going to help moisturize and hydrate when you wash your face. So that's step one. Step two is you want to moisturize. And we are a skincare routine company. So we help you think about how you spend your day, how you take care of your face during the day. In the morning, you wash your face. Right after you brush your teeth, you wash your face. You put a high quality moisturizer on that has an SPF, no matter where you live. I was just saying to you, I was showing you the picture of what it looks like outside. It's the afternoon here in Chicago, and it's as gray as can be. It doesn't matter. You still need to have a moisturizer with SPF on. There's just as much UVA, UVB today as there is here, probably as there is where you are. So that's it. You wash your face and you moisturize. At night, you do the same thing if you can, if you're not too exhausted. It's hard. Sometimes I know for guys to put a moisturizer on at night. It's really important. That's when your skin and your body's rejuvenating. Wash your face, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you put a nighttime moisturizer on. Yeah, that's it. It's simple. And we make it really simple. We tell you exactly how much product to put on. And we call our products AM moisturizer, PM moisturizer. We have an exfoliating scrub that you should do once or twice a week. That's it. So start there.
So when you're talking about skincare, what makes the difference between, say, washing your face with soap and water versus, say, a product that you've manufactured? What's the fundamental differences?
Well, so it's really important that your skin has proper pH and oil in your skin. So you produce every person produces sebum in their skin and an oily substance in their skin. It's vitally important. So the important thing is to have the type of moisturizer that is cleaning and cleansing your skin, but it's not stripping it of all of the the important nutrients in your skin. Anything, a hand soap that you would have next to your sink to wash your hands, a bar soap, they all have toxins that you really don't want to put on your face. And then secondly, there's a lot of other ingredients that are really just very bad for you. Sulfates, phtalates, things like this. You really don't want to put those things on your face, near your eyes, near your mouth. So, having a high quality moisturizer won't strip your skin too much. It'll help hydrate it, and it'll leave it, it will leave your skin feeling fresh and clean, which is basically what you want to do, keep with the right pH balance.
So can you break down for us ignorant folks the difference between maybe what you clean your face with what you moisturize versus like an exfoliation thing? Like how do you break those down? So then maybe you can share with us how you evaluate a high quality product versus a low quality product. Because you brought up some things you want to avoid. You go into your local store and, the guy says, buy this. And then you find out it's, poly what the heckalate, and that's really bad for you. So maybe you can kind of help guide us through those decisions.
Yeah, I mean, so most of the products that are widely available, commercially available, they're mostly a water-based product with very small active ingredients and very small cleansing ingredients, like basically like 95, 3 to 1%. It's really hard, to mass produce at a very low cost, like a very high quality product. So, we spend a lot of time creating we create ourselves internally. We have our own R&D department and our own chemist who's a partner in the business. We create, we use ingredients that are very high quality, and they're very expensive, and it works with us with our direct to consumer model. We're not paying the retailer for their 40% markup. We're selling directly to our consumer, and it really works with us. We have a high cost of goods sold for our products. So we're delivering products that have very high efficacy of ingredients in them. We're also using pretty much natural ingredients like willow bark extract and lavandura oil and eucalyptus and rosemary. And then we're using like really cutting edge technology like hexapeptide 8 and different niacinamide and things that are really, and collagen, vitamin A, vitamin C that are really effective. And we use them in high concentrations. So if you're just going to the store, I mean, there's great products out there. I mean, look, Delve Plus Men Care is a solid product, but you're just not going to get the efficaciousness of a high quality product. And then lastly, I would just say like most sulfates. So sulfite is a base for cleansing, and most anything that has high lather has a high degree of sulfates in it. Sulfates are really bad for your skin. That they get into your bloodstream, and they're really stripping. Unfortunately, they're the least expensive thing to put in the market. So most all products have these really bad sulfates in them, and most mass market products have very bad sulfates. So you want to get a sulfite-free product, and unfortunately, they don't foam that great. Ours, we're working on reformulating our wash so it foams even better. But sulfites make things foam. So, and then on moisturizers, you want stuff that are going to hydrate. You want like vitamin A, you want some collagen, you want an SPF. So these are things that you have to purchase a little bit better quality products to get. But I will say, you don't need to spend $85 on an item, $50 on an item, $30. It's just ridiculous. I mean, a man does not need to spend, $40 on a moisturizer. It's just the value add once you get over a certain price point isn't there.
So going back to, okay, separates what you're looking for, a cleanser and then a moisturizer and then maybe exfoliator. So what things are you looking for in it? Yeah.
So cleanser is just cleaning your skin. It's taking, if you've seen this and you may have witnessed it, but if you were to take like a pad and put like a toning, a glycolic toner, which we don't have, but if you were to do that and wipe your face with it at the end of the day at 5 o'clock, your face would be the pad would be black. I mean, it's just your skin just you don't see it in the environment, but there's so much pollution and there's so much just dirt in the environment that it just sticks to your face. So you really just need to cleanse your face. So when you cleanse your face, you're removing all of that and you're removing the dirt from your face. And then when you're using a moisturizer, you're hydrating your face. You're bringing natural material into your skin and hydrating it. So they're super important. When you hydrate, it improves the look of of your skin. It improves the elasticity of the skin. It reduces some of the fine lines in your skin. It gives you the pigment of your skin kind of encourages your skin's pigment. And when you exfoliate, which is just it's just like a it's the same thing as a wash, but it has a little bit of exfoliating beads. We use apricot in our exfoliator. It actually removes some of the dead skin cells. So we suggest most of our systems wash, moisturize, exfoliate twice a week. I exfoliate on Sundays and Wednesdays. I keep it in my shower, and they're my scrub days.
Well, now, as far as when you are washing or using these agents, is there a methodology of application? Do you just like wash your face like this? Do you do it lightly?
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah. What's the mechanism?
And now for a Bioptimizers fixed digestion tip: supercharge your protein shake. Everyone knows protein shakes are a great way to sneak in extra protein, build more muscle, even replace meals and burn more fat. The problem is the highest quality protein typically absorbs at around 40%. One way to fix this and dramatically increase how quickly and effective your protein shake digests is to add 2 to 3 capsules of masszymes into your shake. One research study showed that pre-digested protein during a meal increased muscle growth significantly. To take advantage of this, just blend the open capsules into your shake, and within 15 minutes or less, the enzymes will have begun to break down the protein into amino acids. This can make your shakes at least 2 to 3 times more potent. Some people do this and sip on their shake while lifting to provide their muscles with a steady stream of amino acids during their workout. To save 10% on masszymes, use the code SHAKE10, that's SHAKE10, at masszymes.com. That's SHAKE10 at masszymes.com.
Yeah, I'm kind of guerrilla style, honestly. Yeah, I shouldn't be. I mean, I do wash my face in the sink mostly. And it's very simple. I wet my face, and then I put a specific, and we show you exactly how much amount of moisturizer. I wash my face with my hands in the sink, and it only takes a few seconds of massaging the wash into your face, and then it only takes a few seconds to rinse it. Our wash rinses very quickly, and then I just pat dry with the towel, and then I put a pea-sized amount of moisturizer on my fingertips. Our moisturizer you use in your fingertips, but it's an emulsion. You actually need, to rub it like 2 or 3 times in your fingertips before you apply it to break the emulsion so that it really penetrates and delivers into your skin. That's it. It's really simple. It really is. And once you get to a couple, our eye cream and our serum, our face mask, these items, there's a little bit more delicacy there, but it's pretty guerrilla style, really, Wade. It really is. I use my whole hands and just get it over my face 2-3 times behind my ears, back of my neck, and I'm done.
Oh, okay. Wow. I never thought of putting behind the ears and the back of your neck.
Yeah. That's where you're going to get melanoma. The back of your neck, you're out on the golf course, or you're going for a jog, you're on the strip going for a jog, or you've got a t-shirt on that, you're going to get skin cancer on your neck. I'm a bald guy. So I put it all over my head every day, and I put it on the back of my neck and my ears. I mean, you're going to get skin cancer there. It's the most common cancer, all cancers, and men tend to get it significantly higher rates than women. Fortunately, it is curable if caught early, and it's very preventable. So
that's good information. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other products that are, so the basics are wash and hydrate in the morning when you get up and before you go to bed. A couple times a week you exfoliate. That's your basic routine.
Boom.
You got to do as a mandatory thing, day in, day out, week in, week out. Okay. Now we've got the basis down. So now we're going to go to the next level, explaining maybe some of these other products.
Yeah, I mean, for most guys that are certainly everybody that's under 30, you've got it covered right there. I mean,
Right.
those are the things that you really need to do. If you're concerned about, there's a couple guys probably under 30 that have other skin issues, acne being one of them. But if you're concerned about anti-aging, if you're concerned about aging, and fine line and wrinkles, elasticity in your skin, getting, extra chin, all of these things, bags under your eyes, dark circles. There are phenomenal products out there that will reverse or at least hold the course of that aging at bay. Phenomenal products. We make some, but there's great products out there. And so, an eye cream is a phenomenal product. It actually reduces the fine lines around your eyes and the wrinkles on, below your eyes, and it reduces dark spots. I mean, it just happens that way. So I may not be looking that great. I get up at 4 a.m, so I'm a little, at this time in the afternoon, I'm feeling I need to wash my face. But there's eye creams and there's this like serum, and a facial serum does a lot of those things, but for your entire face. So, an eye cream and a serum are two anti-aging parts of a routine that I highly recommend for guys that are a little bit, further in age. So that looks like wash your face, moisturizer, put an eye cream on, put a serum on.
Okay, so how do you put an eye cream on versus a serum, and where would you put that?
Yeah, well, an eye cream is actually a really simple thing. You actually use your second fingers. So use this finger and your ring finger, and you actually just use that to run underneath your eye. It's really simple. I put the size of a very small, like a size of a piece of rice on this finger. And I literally just put it on. It takes about 30 seconds, not 10 seconds, and you're done. So a serum is different consistency than anything else that we've been talking about. It's as more liquidy, consistent, and I would rub it on my fingers and put it all over my face.
Nice.
And it's a phenomenal product. So our serum has the most advanced anti-aging products or ingredients that you can possibly get today on the marketplace. And they're phenomenal. Hexapeptide 8, niacinamide, high concentration of vitamin C, vitamin A. These products are very, very, very effective anti-aging.
Then how frequently would you use those?
I personally, I have a more advanced skincare routine, so I do use them every day. There are some the newest technologies are retinoids and retinol, which, if you're, retinol is a very, very powerful anti-aging ingredient, and really great for fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots, blotchy skin. So we're working on, we'll have out in a few months, a new retinol product in an incredible form that's perfect for guys. It's going to be in a stick form. You heard it first on Awesome Health Podcast, but it's going to be a stick form, which is really neat. It's like kind of like a deodorant or sun stick. You can kind of gorilla style it on your face, put a little moisturizer over it. It has an amazing impact on skin elasticity and health. And then the only other thing we've got a face mask. And actually our face mask, Wade, you wouldn't believe it. I mean, it is our best-selling non-skincare system, because we are this routine system company selling product. And it is an off-the-charts product. It detoxifies your skin and pulls out all the dirt and impurities. If you have, blackheads or pimples or anything, you use this product. We recommend once a week. I probably get to it about once every 2 weeks. It is an amazing product. So, and there's an example. That product we sell, our face mask, we sell for $24-ish for 2 ounces. It is our formula. We make it in California, not too far from you. It's a proprietary formula we created. It's made in the same facility that an $85 clay mask and has very similar ingredients. There's 2 or 3 ingredients that I like even better that sold for $85. It's one of the most popular clay masks that women buy for $85. Ours is, I think, slightly better formula, and we sell it for 23 for the same 2 ounce. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, there's a lot of foo-foo dust in there, and when it comes to marketing.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your company and what makes your company, so you can go the name of the company, why you founded it, what makes it unique, say, over other brands in this space.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the company is Tiege Hanley. That is a family name. It's actually right out of our family tree, back from Connacht, Ireland, in the 1400s. And the Hanleys go way back. I don't know, for all you guys or men or women out there that like, to look in ancestry and know where you come from. I come from, 75% from England, from Ireland, a little bit of Scotland, and a little bit of Wales. And, so I love that name. And I always had the URL TIEGE, which it was a 5-letter URL. I bought it 10, 15 years ago. So it's Tiege Hanley. What makes this interesting is that we are exactly what you and I have been talking about, Wade. We're a men's routine skincare company. So we are really the pioneers of creating healthy skincare routines for men by giving them exactly what they need in a box every month, and doing it, with instructions and showing them, helping them on their skincare journey, no matter where they are, if they're just starting or if they're at this advanced stage.
Right. And so with the formulation and stuff, it seems that you've got some sophisticated aspects of formulation. And, with my company, that's probably one of our biggest advantages, is that we get the best people on the planet to help us craft unique products. We test them in our own facility. We have a relationship with Birch International University, where we have some really smart people that are doing literal science experiments on everything that we do. And it's fun and exciting and revealing, because just in product sourcing, for people who don't know, you might have 20 or 30 different suppliers of various potencies. And then when you do like an empirical, test, all of a sudden, what looks on paper to be really good has no active policies or products or ingredients, and someone else that maybe doesn't look as sexy is much more efficacious, and it's not intuitive at all. And I think that's one of the areas that I expect more and more. It's what really separates the great brands from the other ones, is not just the products that you have, but the quality of those ingredients. So you could take 2 companies, for example, produce what looks on paper the same thing. And that doesn't have, oftentimes there's no correlation with price point. Price point is usually on the higher side for higher quality products. But you might have a product that is just all marketing hype and garbage, but it's got the right influencer, or it's got the right celebrity promoting it or whatever, and it's not. And in other words, you have these kind of like what I call these unique brands, founder-driven brands that are people who are very passionate about a particular industry, who go the extra mile to put that together. Yeah. How would you rate your company in that, and what makes it unique? So
yeah, well, by the way, I think you are so spot on. You run the gamut from, from people that are just kind of copying stuff and slapping a label on it, to people that are really doing hard research into figuring out what's right and what's wrong. We go the hard yards here and really try to work with the top ingredients. And further, we're constantly trying to innovate our product and not just sit on our laurels that our product over years is still cutting edge, because things do change. So you do want to make sure that you're innovating with your product and you're updating your products as you can. So I think where the proof point is, unfortunately, this might sound a little lazy, but from a consumer perspective, the proof point is what does the product work or not?
Yes.
And so, fortunately for us, people, we're very close to having our 500,000th customer, in a few weeks, and I think we're at, 470 or something right now. And I think, our customers come back because they see that our products work really well. Like they can feel it, like they can feel their face, and they can feel like they see the moisture. And honestly, and we get it every week. People will write in and say, "Oh, I just started using this. My wife says I look great. My kids say I look different." So there's a lot of visual benefits to our product, and that only happens when you're using really good ingredients. So back to this guerrilla style, a lot of guys, are not spending time researching all the ingredients. They're counting on us to provide them with a good quality product, and then they're seeing results. And that's why our business has been successful. It's because we produce a good product that has very good ingredients in it. It's a very hard game they just described. Very, very, very hard game of differentiation.
Yeah, I know. I just got a box from you guys recently, and I was excited about this podcast because it's very interesting. That I think on the box it says it's the simplest skincare program ever, and you kind of break down the instructions in using this. So talk about maybe how your customers, purchase the product or purchase these kits with the instruction, because I think that was cool. I like that. It was coming in a really convenient box. It's just on the counter. And I was like, oh, you just open it up and it says, this is the easiest skincare program ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you talk about how that came to? Because creating the easiest skincare program is not that necessarily that easy.
No, it wasn't at all. And being simple is not simple.
No, it's not. It's actually the highest form of refinement. I think it was, who was it said? Perfection is when there's nothing left to take away. I think
it's brilliant.
I believe.
That's brilliant saying. Yeah, I mean, so I think like we really try to go for a simplified skincare system. So we're uncomplicated skincare for men is our tagline. What we found, to answer your question, is we found that men will engage in the category if they're interested in the things that you and I are talking about, like why is it important to take care of themselves? If somebody, a lot of people say to us, well, why don't you go after, the women in their lives? A guy's not going to make a significant change to his life unless he himself is interested and invested in it. So we really, first and foremost, we really like speaking to our customer directly, which is a male buyer. It's not that we don't like women out there, but we just, we make a product for men, specifically for men. And so, one of the ways we do that is talking to people that have, a general knowledge of what's going on in an industry that men are concerned with, such as, bodybuilding, such as, sports and activities and, and grooming and tips on, how to get a date or get a job or what to wear. So these are topics that men are interested in. When they're searching these topics, they're likely to find information about our company and the skincare systems that we make, and the routines that we're selling through, our skincare system. So that's primarily how we're able to communicate with our customer initially.
That's great. And so talk about maybe the ordering process. What do people do? How do they get access to your products? And yeah,
I mean, almost all of our product is sold on tiege.com, tiege.com. And, it's very, we make it very simple. We're uncomplicated skincare for men. And so we have 3 different systems there. We have an essential, an advanced and an anti-aging system. And you just get started. So you can buy that system. We're primarily subscription. It's lasts 30 to 35 days. You could buy it one time and try it and see if you like it, or you can, you can subscribe. It's a significant difference in price, but, and you can cancel anytime. We're a pain in the ass free company. So if you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. If it's not for you or whatever, that's fine. We'll gladly, give you an idea of what other products out there you might like. But it's very simple. You go to tiege.com. You have a choice of 3 different systems. We tell you the difference of them, and you're off and running within minutes. We make it very easy for you to order.
Yeah, That's super cool. I love simple and efficient. You know, I think male shoppers are kind of like, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Let's go. Let's get this quick and get it done with. And a subscription model is awesome because it just comes and you don't have to. You order once, you don't think about it, and away you go. Yeah. What would you say? How do you see your company's future? What do you see happening over the coming years, coming decades, and how do you look at your business, I guess?
Yeah. I may be slightly more bullish than a lot of DTC brands are. I mean, I think there's been a lot of uncertainty. Certainly through COVID, there was a lot of uncertainty. 2022 was a good year for us. It was a little rocky during 2021. 2020 was okay, but 2021 was a little rocky. We've grown the business organically, which means we haven't had any outside funding. Myself and my partners, run and own and invested in the business. And our goal is to continue to grow the business for the next several years. I actually feel very positive, generally speaking, about 2023. I mean, I think the economy is a little bit rocky, but with each passing day, it seems like we're getting further and further along of having an economy that's moving along, and good enough. And I think, the trend of guys taking care of themselves as the business you're in with Bioptimizers, I think is very much alive, and it's not going anywhere. So, and guys should feel good about themselves. They should want to feel good about themselves. They should give themselves permission to take care of themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you any less of a man. It makes you a smarter man. So I think, in the next couple of years, it's all uphill.
Yeah, I would agree with you, especially now. I think for a lot of men, they have to recognize there's some really interesting data, particular on dating apps, because that's how a lot of men meet women. And the data shows that men will select about 50% of the women candidates, and women will select about 4%. And they're just getting that one hit impression. Yeah. And so, I think for younger guys, and this is an area that I know I made a mistake early in my life. I don't have the best skin elasticity genetics, so as you get some cultures that have that nice thick skin that just, it's just
the Italians, their skin just looks like.
Yeah. But us Northern European heritage folks, we got a lot of strikes against us. Well, I mean, we can make a lot of vitamin D really quick, which I think is a great thing, but we also bear the consequences of sun exposure and damage, and some of these contaminants, which are pervasive in our society. So I would encourage our listeners, especially on the younger side, to get started early. Like I have a great example, with one of my very best friends that was in this, and I saw, I would make fun of him, back 25 years ago, like, why are you putting all this effort into your skincare? And then, here we are in our 50s. And I would say that his lifestyle from a health perspective is not even close to mine. It's not comparable. But his skin looks way better. Like it's not comparable either. But he put the time.
He's got on early.
So I put the refs and sets and components into my exercise and fitness side. I didn't do it on the skin side. It was kind of the opposite for him. He went down that route, and we see the results. And so my encouragement to our younger audience for men, to get started sooner, and then also for our older guys like me, I always say it's too late to not get started. So I used to say that when people getting into fitness thing, they're like, am I too old to get started? I'm like, you're too old not to start.
That's right.
You're never too old to not take care of your skin. It's a really important aspect. It's the largest organ in the body, and you provide some great products and a great service. And I really appreciate you joining us on the podcast. Any final words that you'd like to share with our listeners?
I would love anybody that's interested. I highly recommend you get on a skincare routine. I really appreciate it if you consider Tej as someone that might help you out on your journey. But I highly, recommend, as you just said, Wade, you got to get started and you got to try to stick with it. So find products you like. If you want to try Tej, you can go to tej.com /awesome health. We have like a really, really solid, our best offer out there that includes some free body wash or some free bar soap with it. So please come and give us a shot, and please let us know if you do take us up, and let us know how your results were. We really want your feedback on how to make our product and our service better.
Thanks so much, Kelley. I really appreciate you joining us today on the podcast. And
Thanks,
I learned some stuff today, which is great. I'm excited to get started on the system. I got it sitting there. I wanted to do this podcast first, and I will be reporting the results with our listeners over time, because as they say, the proof is in the pudding, and I got to just do the pudding. So really excited about that. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks. Have a good day.
At Bioptimizers, our mission is to fix digestion. And a cornerstone of digestion is gut flora. P3OM is our patented probiotic formula. In fact, we call it the Navy SEALs of probiotics. You see, strong proteolytic or protein digesting activity is paramount to having a healthy gut flora. And of course, P3OM provides that. The good news is, unlike weaker probiotics, P3OM survives the digestion process. What it does is it basically multiplies the good guys while protecting you against pathogens, or what some people call the bad guys. P3OM really helps to rebuild your digestion. And what that allows you to do is to maximize nutrient uptake, energy, and metabolism. To find out more of how P3OM can help you, go to www.bioptimizers.com.
Thank you for listening to the Bioptimizers Awesome Health Podcast. You can find more information at bioptimizers.com.